Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to grow e-commerce sales with SEO, how to scale your SEO revenue, organic revenue. That's what we're all about here. So we're going to go into 3 of the techniques that few people get correct. And we're actually going to look on the Google search results, see the top people doing these and the people on the second page not doing them. So we always try to make this as actionable as possible. We're going to show you 3 things that will improve SEO on almost any e-com site that most people aren't doing, and they're super big wins. We do this for all of our clients. Really, first month, we get that out of the way. So to jump in, we'll go into my computer here and show you what we're all about. So first, if we look at any really e-com search these days, so I just have wall sconces, totally missaid that, but pretty much I need a light on my in my house on my wall, so I might type down something like this. And so if I scroll down here, I'm gonna very quickly see a lot of search features. So this happens on a lot of search results these days. So you have the whole filter menu here where you can filter down to stuff. And then you also have this, popular products. And it doesn't show up on every search, but on quite a few searches, this is very prominent. In this example, it is the first result, right? So after ads, you really have these popular products. And if you are thinking about revenue from search, my first question is, how do we get to show up here, right? Like this is a big portion of the real estate on Google. So we need to figure out how to get our placements there. And if we scroll down, then we see the organic results. So traditional SEO has always been about these organic listings, the 10 blue links, very traditional organic SEO. And then we see even more products on these little product grids. And at the end of the day, people love to see actual images of the individual products. So that's why Google has been showing so many of these results everywhere. Now, how can we take advantage of this? If we're thinking about scaling your revenue on SEO and on Google traffic, people are still searching for products on Google. How can we get our products into this big real estate on Google? Now, where Google is pulling this is from the Google Merchant Center. So the first tip, if you want to say, the first hack, whatever, is Google Merchant Center optimization. And I'm going to show you into some of our accounts. I'll blur out some of the details, but just to show you how much traffic and revenue and conversions can be generated from Google Merchant Center. And so Google is pulling all of these from Google Merchant Center. And that's where you're going to really get a lot of quick wins if it's not set up or not set up correctly. And there's a lot of ways you can optimize it. I'll probably create a full video on GMC, but for now, we'll go into the basics of how you can get it all working for you. So let's jump into Google Merchant Center. So first, you're just going to search Google Merchant Center on Google. And if you're a retail or merchant, you need to make sure that this is even set up. It's embarrassing, how often we see people totally ignoring this part of SEO, even professional agencies. So you really need to catch up with your company and check out this stuff. Why don't I jump into this example? This is actually impromptu. So here's a client that we just set up. It's a very small, very small company. And we just set up their Google Merchant Center. They had nothing, and now they have a Google Merchant Center. And I can show you a couple examples of this. And here we can see already, we can go into their analytics and see that in the last 28 days, they've gotten 1,600 clicks and 20 conversions. Now this is not a ton, but this is a small company, and this was an instant increase in traffic with really not even doing much. We haven't even optimized this completely. We mainly just set it up for them, because they needed it set up. It was crazy that they didn't have it. And already we set it up like a month ago. Let's see when we actually set it live. So we set it live in August, and so hasn't been that much time. As you can see, it's already going up some just from basic optimizations we're doing, and it's gotten 2,000 clicks, 24 conversions. So lots of easy win here if you don't have it set up. Now we have quite a few clients that we do this for. Here's another example of where we just set up Google Merchant Center and instantly got considerably more revenue. So we set up this one quite a while ago, and you can see this one we set up in March of last year, and it already got 11,000 clicks. So if you don't have this set up, this is the easiest win. And now I'm gonna share an account that we've actually, properly optimized and have been working on for years. And if we go into the data here, we can just see massive amounts of traffic, revenue, all of that stuff. So just in the last 28 days, auto set to it, we've gotten almost 20,000 clicks. So 20,000 potential customers coming into the site from Google Merchant Center. We've gotten 2.5 million impressions. I don't care too much about impressions, but still interesting. And we've gotten 275 sales just from this Google Merchant Center. And this is all free. This is not advertising where you have to pay for it. This is all free. As you can see, we're getting about 600 to 800 clicks per day from our free listings on Google. Of course, we also do advertising, and that actually helps some of your Google Merchant Center performance. But already we can see this is generating quite a bit of revenue. If you don't have this set up and you don't have it optimized, we'll go through full, checklist optimization in a future video. So subscribe if any of this is interesting. If you're a merchant or a retailer and you're interested in Google and all of this, then subscribe. We're publishing a lot recently. So tons of cool analytics in here. We'll go through the full sort of checklist in a future video as mentioned. But this is the first easy win. If you don't have Google Merchant Center set up, or if you go to your store quality and you see that it's not exceptional, then we should talk. Or you should talk to someone, right? And figure out how you can solve this, or wait for my new video, whatever you want to do. So first, fast win is your Google Merchant Center optimization. The next quick win is actually a pretty simple one, but it seems to always get missed by merchants. So let's look at this here. If we go back to our search result, wall sconces, and we look at the #1 organic listing, because you do want to be there as well, we're going to go under the hood of Home Depot and show you a little bit why they have this ranking. So we use SEO Meta and one-click to quickly give us a lot of SEO data, and it's great. You can search that on the Chrome store. We see their title tag is concise, and we have a meta description. All the basics are there. But we go into this headers or heading section. This is the quick win. This is what I see so many merchants and online retailers, online stores getting wrong, which is they don't have their headings set up in a correct way. So here is what Google wants. We want an H1 with the target keyword, wall sconces. We then, and I'm totally saying that wrong, aren't I? We then have an H2, which H3's under it, H2, H3s. We have, some essentially just H2s and H3s. There's tons of ways that you could do the rest of it. But I would say the #1 problem that I'm seeing is people just aren't even thinking about their heading tag. So they don't even have an H1. There's no structure to it. They have heading tags in their navigation or their footer. And I know I just kind of went into nerd SEO land. So let me take a step back and explain a little bit. So your heading tags are the content on your page, like here, which are usually big bolded text. They're kind of like subheadings. You might have done MLA format in college, or you read a blog post, you have subheadings and then subheadings. That's all what H tags are. There's H1 to H6, and Google uses them to understand the structure and the priority of different content. So because this is an H1, wall sconces, it's probably, it is prioritized in terms of, okay, the relevance and the priority of this keyword is the main heading on the page. You can use this. Now, if we scroll down, I think for a keyword like this, most of these top pages will have it right. But I was looking at this one. If we go down to just one of the lowest pages, right, or page 2, and we look at their heading tags, we see a bunch of H6s. The main keyword is an H2. There's no structure here, and there's not even an H1. So I would say the biggest issue I see and the quickest win for organic SEO is just to have an H1 on your collection pages and your product pages, and make sure that those have some keywords in. So at the end of the day, it's really as simple as that. This is a competitive keyword, 100,000 monthly traffic. So, we'll see how many have them correct. But again, like even here we have the whole navigation, it looks like, is H3 tags. This is very confusing for Google. They do have an H1, but they don't really have any, everything else is kind of weird, right? It's just all this, it's all their other irrelevant text, right? So that's confusing to Google. So these heading tags are very critical to get right. And you can see, all the top pages. This one has 2 H1s, so it has 1 H1, and then it has a second H1 that says some blocking text. Maybe that was, I'm not sure how it got blocked, but see, it's just weird stuff. Google doesn't want to see whatever that is, right? And when you go up to the top results, you'll almost always see some, elegant heading structures to some degree. So you have your H1, a single H1, and then some H2s and H3s. You also all the time see problems, like you'll see, join the New York program. That's not really good. That's okay, but ideally you want a structure like Home Depot, which is, very simple. You have your H1 at the top, and you have everything below it in sequential order. So that's the second big win. The third one is something we can also see within this Home Depot, which is content optimization on collection pages, also known as collection optimization. So on one of these categories that collects the different products together, a couple awesome things here. One, I love that they have sub-collections. Those can be very useful for growing traffic. But if we scroll down here, we can see a couple things. So they have some SEO content. They have a lot of products. That's good too. But they have some SEO content down here. And so, you don't always need a ton, but they have some SEO content. They also have questions and answers. This is probably added into the schema code if we want to get really nerdy. And then they have related categories and related products. And here they even have a module for even more internal linking they're doing. So you need to have this content on your category pages for Google to index or content and start ranking these collection pages. So I won't go on forever. I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you're interested, if you're a merchant and you're trying to optimize for Google SEO, Google Ads. We're gonna be going into the whole lot of it. I'm a full-on digital marketer. We have a full agency, full team here, about 7 of us now. And I kind of live for this. It's in my DNA. So if you want to follow along, join us, subscribe, and like the video. Let me know any questions you're interested in. You can also book a call directly with me in the description. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.